Hey, so I have a question about this Metzitzah bupa.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
could you explain that to me?
So I have a joke about it because I used to have a joke about it. It's I actually think I may be the first comedian who did a joke about this, but unfortunately when I did it in Canada, so nobody gave a shit. Essentially, there's like these super fringe sects of Judaism. Like, I guess the closest thing would be to what are like the God hates fags people, like the Westboro Baptist Church. You know them?
Okay.
So it's like, imagine like the Westboro Baptist Church of Christians. So they're not really representing of Christians, but they're like, they go, we're Christians. And, even though they're like this crazy, and yeah, and they do, when they do a circumcision in their mind, they're like, you gotta, like, to remove the blood, you have to suck the blood. And then in New York City, some of the rabbis were giving the fucking kids herpes. Like, so there was like babies getting herpes. Like a 2-week old baby was getting herpes. And then some of the babies died of herpes.
Right.
That was actually part of my joke. Now that I remember, it just came to me. But yeah. So, anyways, that first came out. I want to say I was doing that joke like, it must have been close to 10 years ago. So this must have come out like 12 years ago ish. The first time I'd ever heard of this. And it was from New York, because I don't know if they even do it outside of New York, to be honest. It might be specifically like I don't know if it's the tunneling Jews. It's the same type of Jew, but it's some type of Jew here. I don't know where they fucking read that. But anyways, it's very uncommon. And I would guess, I mean, it should be illegal. Like, it should literally be like really illegal. And I think the city of New York was trying to like get them to stop, but the fucking rabbis, like some of these rabbis, they're so like just hard-headed. They live in their just own planet. Like, I think I was talking to someone, and they were saying Ari Shafir was talking about like the Orthodox Jews here, and everybody's like saying, "Oh man, they're so strange," but he's like, they don't even know you exist. Like, they don't think about other people. You might as well be like a lamppost or something, or like a dog. They're like, they do not even think about you or consider you. Like, they're just like living in their world. So anyways, yeah, it is fucking crazy. Like, it's insane, but it's quite rare.
So is this still legal?
I believe it is still legal. I think the city of New York, what's it called? Metzitzah. It's so funny. It comes up right away. I think the city of New York, like if you search it, the first thing that comes up is a New York City website. It's nyc.gov, like their health thing. And it's about it. Cause like, I don't know if it happens anywhere other than this, but I mean, again, insane that, I mean, it's probably been going on for a long time, but yeah, it's these rabbis have fucking herpes on their mouth, and then they give babies herpes. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think the herpes are the biggest problem going on there.
I mean, but some of the babies literally die of herpes. It's like kids have like died from, I guess, like if you give a baby herpes, like it's not the same as like getting it when you're 20 or some shit. Like, you can die from it.
Right.
Yeah.
So. It says that there's some religious authorities consider direct oral suctioning the only acceptable way to draw blood away from the circumcision. What do you think inspired that?
Something like 2,000 years ago? I don't fucking know. I mean, it's not something recent, that's for sure. None of this stuff is based, like, it's the same reason why Jews don't eat pork, or like, it's because they had like trichinosis because there was no refrigeration, or shellfish or all that stuff. You're like, yeah, it probably was like a good rule of thumb 1,000 years ago or 2,000 years ago to not eat pork and shellfish, because probably you did get super ill, and but now you're like, who cares? It doesn't matter anymore. But they're not really adapting with the times. They like to, they're as conservative as it gets in that they want to just, keep whatever they're doing. But I have no idea where that shit came from. Again, just because I'm Jewish, I am not a topic on this, although I was probably the first comedian to talk about this. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where it came from. I imagine if it's ultra orthodox, it's like been happening for a long time. But yeah, it like still happens. Like here's a thing from the Times of Israel. Antwerp rabbi files police complaint against 6 circumcisers who suck blood by mouth. So it happens in Belgium, and I was just in Belgium actually, and they do it there as well. And here's one guy says, I've performed 2,000 circumcisions, mostly with Metzitzah b'peh. I've had 0 issues. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, so he was doing the sucking.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Catholic Church, take some notes. Someone called in asking about the Metzitzah b'peh thing. And I used to do a joke about it, but I don't really know what degree of people are doing this.
So it is a thing. I would say that a majority of them probably don't do it anymore. It used to be much more common until there was an issue where someone gave
herpes.
A bunch of kids, herpes.
Yeah.
So now it's a tradition, but now what people do is they use a glass tube instead, where they just suck out a drop of blood with a glass tube. And that's it.
Okay, well, that seems more sanitary, I guess.
Yeah.
What sects of Judaism are even doing this though? Because this isn't just.
I would say the vast majority of Orthodox Jews.
In New York, though.
Yes.
In New York.
No, you're talking about who's doing it without the tube? So then it's really just the Hasidic ones. And maybe a few of the
but like are Orthodox Jews in Montreal doing this as well?
So really what it comes down to, most people don't know what's going on. You're not really looking at it. You're not yet when I've had my own kid have a birth. I don't see I don't want to look. It's just the mile does what the mile does, and most people aren't aware of if anything happens.
Right.
Even like the parents involved.
Okay.
So, but I would say
I'd want to know though, if when kids are getting herpes, don't you think that's a reasonable question to start asking?
Right. So that's why they, nowadays, it's very I will ask, or a lot of times even the male will ask. So do you want me to do it the old-fashioned way? They're like, no, and just use the glass tube. Like, okay.
Yeah. And so they've been doing that for thousands of years, huh?
Yeah, but I think it's really more of a healing sort of thing, the blood, and then you stop it with sucking the wound. It's been a thing since forever.
Like it's kind of kissing the boo-boo.
Yeah, I guess.
Ugh.
There's nothing sexual about it.
Yeah, I know that, but I know it's not for the rabbi's sake, but yeah, it's we could do away with that one, that's for sure.